Glad you're here today. Today, we're going to be doing a silent meditation, which means that Teri and I go behind the scenes and we will meditate in our way. We invite you to meditate along with us in your way. And then in 25 minutes, we'll come back and we will share with you what we experienced in our meditation. We're so glad you're here. Thank you. Teri, ready whenever you are.
Ready. Good morning, everybody. Hello, everyone, and welcome back. We really hope that you enjoyed that time of silent meditation, time of just going inside and seeing what it is that's coming up for you. Ruth and I have sat in meditation during this time that the music was playing, and we just listened. What's coming through? What do we need to explore today? Every time we explore and we open ourselves up, the angels do not let us down. They always show us something. And today we were shown to look at the energy of our world right now. What's going on? That fear that's out there, the discontent, the things that are happening in our world. And how do we deal with it? How are we dealing with it? And what is it creating in us? For some, it's creating an energy of expressing outward that fear. Sometimes there's that attack that happens. And as I was shown by the angels, what happens to an animal that's in fear? They attack. It's their way of controlling the situation. And sometimes it's that way with humans. Most of the time it's that way with humans. The fear is showing us that we're not controlling anything. There's nothing that we feel safe about. So we are going on the attack. And we're seeing that a lot. So how do we handle that? How do we diffuse that fear in ourselves? How do we look at it and examine it and say, okay, what can I control? What do I have control?
So I am guessing that Teri got dropped off. I figured I was the one that got dropped off. What we were talking about in the meditation, we were talking about commonalities and the need for each of us to be able to look for those commonalities of what is more similar in us than what separates us from the people that are coming at life so differently than we are right now. We also talked about how it almost seems like people are living in different dimensions. Some people are so strongly rooted in what they believe to be the light, and it is polar opposite of what other people are believing to be the light. And it's really just kind of fascinating to watch right now. We talked about the fact that in order to move forward, each of us, the only thing we can control is ourselves. And that by standing in resistance, there we go, Teri. I was sharing a little bit about the things that we had discussed. By standing in that resistance of, I'm not going to budge, I'm only going to think what I think, believe what I think, and stand in my own moral righteousness, the more we stand in that resistance, the more it hurts us inside, the harder it is for us to evolve as a spiritual being or even as a physical being. And I was reminded that resilience is the polar opposite of resistance. And I really think, Teri, that in order to survive right now without losing one's lunch or mental, functioning, we really have to find that resilience.
Yeah, we really do. Like, we have choices and we have the ability to decide every moment how we're going to react or respond to the things that are going on. And that's what resilience is all about. It's our friend, Karen Palmer, always uses the acronym WAIT. What am I thinking? And when we are reacting to a situation, we're not thinking, we're just going to that familiar, this is the way I always do it place. But when we step away and pause and say, okay, what am I thinking here? What is this all about? We can look at options, like we were saying in that meditation. We do have options. And that's what many times we forget, isn't it? That there are options.
Right, right. And, Teri, something you were saying earlier about folks coming from a place of fear right now and anger. I was remembering what Leo Buscaglia wrote, which was that everything we do is from a place of either love or fear. And when you look at anger, all that anger that's coming up, is it love or is it fear? And my belief is that it's fear turned inward. And sometimes, anger looks more socially appropriate than fear does, but I believe that anger is covering up fear. So trying to find that commonality rather than trying to find what distances us, if we can look at our friends, and I mean that sincerely, look at our friends who are reacting from such a strong place of anger and fear, can we not find that place to love them? Not necessarily loving the actions or loving the words that are coming out of their mouth, but to find what we can connect with them on and how we can hold them in that space of love and acceptance. And hopefully, if folks are feeling loved, accepted, and heard, maybe they can calm down a little bit.
Yeah. And I'm reminded, Ruth, that we are all mirrors for each other. So if somebody you're seeing that fear in them, you're seeing them act out and trying to grasp onto something to control, just look and ask yourself, am I feeling that? What is going on inside of me that I'm more aware of that in somebody else? It's a great thing to do, is to self-examine and to look at your constructs and your beliefs. And maybe that belief is that you don't have any power, you don't have any control over anything, but we all have that superpower. We all have the empowerment that's inside of us. When we realize that we're worthy, that we deserve to have good things, we deserve to have peace. And I remind myself of that every day. I deserve to live in a peaceful world. And it starts inside of me. It starts with me finding that peace on the inside before I can even see it out in the world. So I think a lot of it is just going inward right now, going in and finding where you're limiting yourself. What are those limits that you're putting on yourself and self-imposing to stay in that state of fear or anger or whatever it might look like for you?
Beautiful, Teri. Thank you. We apologize for the technical glitches that we've been experiencing here today. That's just how the day is going to roll. Teri, anything else from today's meditation?
Oh, just love each other. That's what I keep hearing. The more love that we can put out into the world, the more it changes the frequency of the planet.
And there goes Teri again. So anyway, I agree with Teri. Start with loving yourself first, and then we can turn and love others. So thank you all for being here. Just one of those days, Teri. What can we say? So thank you all for being here. Again, we apologize for the glitches. We're so glad you're here with us on Enlightened World Network. We're going to be doing another session in a few minutes at the top of the hour, and it's actually going to be about the Course of Miracles and the Course of Miracles experiments. So if you're interested in the Course of Miracles, come back in about 15 minutes here on Enlightened World Network. So much love to each and every one of you. Thank you, Teri, for being here, even in your frozen state. So much love. Take good care, all. Bye.